Hey guys, it's Xnera, and this is general clears of the developer maps. They're, like, I use some, like, the idea is that this is kind of a guide, but it's not using free-to-play units, it's just using units that you can maybe build yourself. So this one, Sophia has, the important thing is that she has Green Tonebreaker. You can substitute any dancer for Inigo. I think having the Hone attack might make a difference in some places. And the drawback there versus reposition is important because then you won't be able to redance Sonia to be in range of Ursula. And the Hone attack I think made a difference. I don't like she didn't need the Hone speed because Dark Excalibur let her just secure the kill immediately. But you also can, I think, use maybe a Rehabilitate healer. I think, like here, it might not have necessarily, you could have rejiggered the next couple turns to make this work with a Rehabilitate healer, I believe, if you don't have a Physics Plus. Actually, maybe you do need a Physics Plus. I think you could have done it with that one. But here, like you can see, Inigo doesn't actually do any combat. He gives Hone attack support to people, but see, like that healing didn't matter at all. But Green Tonebreaker, Sophia definitely needs Green Tonebreaker. But you could really use any red mage and have Green Tonebreaker. You could use like a better red mage than Sophia. But the fact that I'm using Sophia, I think, is trying to make the point that like you could substitute a lot of units here. This one, Baruka has Quick Riposte 3. I think you can just put Quick Riposte 2 on her as a B slot. I don't think the renewal actually made a difference, but there were times when I needed it. Also, you do need a Martyr healer. But like any Martyr healer works really. Lucius is nice because he has a lot of HP, so he can take a lot of the damage from Jafar and get extra healing on Martyr. But I think if you did this with Rehabilitate, it would also work. But he's just one I had to happen to have around, so Lyn is just the regular set. I think this is a neutral one too. I think this is the neutral one that I took. This Camilla is very scary, but we do eventually deal with her. And then Robin's just kind of chilling out with Jafar, slowly whittling him down. So eventually he'll be in Fury range. This Baruka set is very specific to this. I feel like you probably could do this with another unit, but I don't know who you would do it to. If you had like a super built up Cherche, you could probably do it with Cherche. But like you don't want a Brave set for this particular like way of clearing it. Like you want something that's kind of more of a slow burn. So like the shortened CDR for Ignis, or maybe like something like a handbell, or something like that. But Effie goes down, and Lyn is still safe. Baruka's such a champion. Maybe the renewal does make a difference because she has 6 HP there. Ooh, that's a little weird that it's lagging. Hopefully it doesn't do that. I gotta fix the recording. I'm not totally sure what's wrong with it, but how strange. Hopefully it'll appear normally too, but right now it looks a little funky to me. But we need one more turn of Fury damage on Jafar before we can finish him off with the Bonfire Robin. But if you don't have Bonfire, like this is just like base set Robin. My Robin is also minus defense, so it goes to show that you really can use like really any Raven unit. You probably don't want to use a red one because then you probably won't be able to kill Effie. But if you have plus defense, like that'll just make this easier for you. So this one, so important things about this one is that Sharona has Swordbreaker. You could do this with like a 4-star one, I'm sure. She has Hone attack from Olivia. And then I have a Brave Bow user, but I kind of was trying to figure out like how far you can stretch this. Like I have regular Brave Bow equipped on her. If you have Brave Bow Plus, like then you don't need as many miscellaneous stuff as I did. But I put Savage Blow on because you'll see like if I didn't have Savage Blow, she would live with like 8 HP. And so if you have Brave Foe Plus, or if you have Death Blow, or if you have just like there's a lot of things you can do to get if you don't have like a really good Brave Foe user. Even if you have Klein, like there are ways you can set up Klein to secure the kills here. She also has Axe Breaker because she's doubled by Azura, and so she has to not be doubled by Azura. This map uses good old Reinhardt, and for Elise you can use like any Hodencav support, really. She does heal-less Marth once, I think. So, like, if you took Clarine, that would be fine. If you took Priscilla, that would also be fine. If they have Hone Cavalry, then you'll be good. You don't need, you know, the Dazzling Staff, Wrathful Staff, or you don't need Gravity. Like, I use her to attack, but there's always situations where I could have used someone else to attack and it wouldn't have made a difference. I can point those out. Here, Xander, I kind of am surprised that Xander kills Fjorm, because he's not very fast, but I think he's getting spur speed from Marth, but I'm not entirely sure. Actually, now that I'm looking at that, I don't know if that card for Marth is the correct card, because I don't think she actually... Yeah, so her C slot is empty. So I, like, for the card I have for Marth, she doesn't have a C slot. But, I'm kind of surprised that Xander does something. Like, that surprises me. But anyways, so here, like, actually, I think the gravity did matter here, but I could have, like, drawn back Elise with Reinhardt, and it wouldn't have mattered. It's just because, like, if she had been able to move 2 spaces, she could have hit Elise on the defense style, but you can, like, get Elise out of the way. So here, I use Elise to attack, but again, like, instead of using Elise to attack, I could have just attacked with Marth and would have done the same 2 damage, so, and even if I had drawn back with, drawn back Elise on the previous turn to get her out of range of the Fae, like, Reinhardt with his 3 calf movement would still have been in range to attack. So it would, like, you don't have to use Elise. You could have used a different unit there. Now this one is, like, by far the hardest one, and it uses a lot of, like, particular units. So I have Pain, Double Savage Blow, Pain Plus, Double Savage Blow, Lucius, which I actually, like, which you do need, because you'll see here, like, he hits Fae, and does a lot of damage. I think having a Pain Plus Double Savage Blow healer is extremely useful for, like, a lot of things, so if you don't have a Pain Plus healer, it's worth doing, I think. Like, Azama is really good, Lucius is really good, there's a couple other ones that I don't remember. And then also I use Marth, but, like, people hopefully have Marth because she's been available from so many Tempest Trials, and then I use Julia. But if you have Deirdre would also work. If you don't have a Naga user, then you might have to fiddle around with this. Because I don't know. I feel like if you just had, like, a Gromblade Nino, like, she'd probably work, but I just don't know for sure. Here, I think actually Azura maybe doesn't, you don't have to have Azura, you can have just any dancer. But, that's the clear. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.